Welcome to the channel, Collectibles or Junk. It's our first video in a very long time. Just finally had some time to get downstairs in the basement, look at some things. Decided to look at a container labeled Philly. These are my Philly sports cards that I decided to hold on to over the years. I am a cursed Philly fan, although my boys are in the Super Bowl 1 week from today. In fact, it is about 9:30 p.m. right now on a Sunday night. So exactly 1 week from today, we'll find out if the Eagles are Super Bowl champs or if they choked again. And I have a pretty good feeling about this game. I think the Eagles are going to win. So let's see what happens. But either way, these are some Philly cards over the years I decided to keep for whatever reason. Maybe I thought they were something, or they're special to me. And first, I have here some cards that I bought in the 2010s. So when the Phillies were making a run for their second World Series win in the 2000s, they made a lot of trades, traded away a lot of prospects, hot prospects, and Kyle Drabeck was one of those can't miss prospects. So when the Phillies traded him for Roy Halladay, I loaded up on his rookie cards because I just knew he was going to be the next big thing, and he wasn't. So wasting money there. Jason Knapp was one of the players they threw in for Cliff Lee in 2009. Big arm. Unfortunately, got injured quite a bit, so never really made it. I really thought he was going to be the real deal. Injuries unfortunately limit him to some things. You have here some rookie cards of kids that were supposed to be good relievers for the Phillies. They had a couple decent seasons for the Phillies, but then flamed out. Why I invested in relievers, I don't know. But back then, it was like, the Phillies were like invincible, even though they only won one ring. So just bought whatever I could of Philly stuff. Carlos Carrasco was also thrown in the Cliff Lee deal. He had some very good years, actually. Injuries, unfortunately, limited him to being a big name. So this was almost a really good investment, buying these rookie cards of his, or autograph cards of his. So a lot of these cards were saved for me over the course of time. Some were purchased within the past decade or so. So we have here some wrappers. I save obscure things. So wrappers with people on them tend to save. These are not Phillies players, but they were stars at one point. There's AI. If only I bought more cards from this era. Wish I did, but I did not. Ryan Howard, my all-time favorite Philly. So some more eBay purchases from back in the day. Mike Vick, rookie card. Probably the only one I have. Cliff Lee autograph card. Cliff Lee was the man in 2009. 2009 World Series. Phillies then traded him. Ruben Amaro, never forgive him for that. They got him back later on, but could have kept him. Could have kept him. So, a bunch of autograph cards here that never really panned out. It's Andre Aguilera rookie card. That was a throw-in. So Ryan Howard rookie card. I bought all these on eBay. Actually, someone I met on eBay sold me a lot of things off eBay. Can't remember the exact details, but either way, these are some rookie cards from back in the day. This is a Mike Schmidt PSA 1 I got. Look at that card. Pretty decent card. Got a 1. Why? Because of that pinhole right there. I should say pencil mark. Someone stabbed the card with a pencil, and they got a 1 because of that. Doesn't make any sense to me, but I bought that. More McNabb rookie card. Should be a Hall of Famer. Unfortunately, unlike Jalen Hurts, he didn't really always do so well in the NFC Championship game. So, some Sixers cards. Sixers just choked against the Celtics tonight. I'm glad I didn't watch. I rarely watch regular season games anymore. Save it for the playoffs. I'd rather be let down in the playoffs than the regular season. So some autograph cards of former Sixers. Andre Miller was a good player for them, but he never really, the rest of the guys never really did anything. Dr. J, I went through a phase of buying Dr. J stuff in the 90s. Solid card right there. Dr. J was the man. I was a little boy. My mom used to sing Dr. J song when I was little. Something about Dr. J, where'd you get those moves? Gotta look up that song, see if that's a real song or not, or from a commercial. Very limited memories of Dr. J. Unfortunately, my Sixers memories come back to this era. Clarence Weatherspoon era. There's an Allen Iverson autograph card. It's a good one. Jerry Stackhouse. He was a bust for the Sixers. Couldn't tell me him and AI weren't going to be a crazy tandem. That was my senior year of high school, and they just pooped the bed. Some Moses Malone, Darryl Dawkins, George McGinnis, Chuck. Fortunately, no Chuck rookie cards. Sean Bradley. Man, I used to fight for him back in the day. Tim Thomas, never did anything with the Sixers. Jersey guy, went to Villanova. I'm from Jersey. I was a Villanova fan as a kid. And thought he'd be a big star, but he really wasn't. Some Dr. J cards. This is a cool set my dad got me for Christmas one year. From Brian Sports Cards in Morrisville, Pennsylvania. Star set. 1984. 85. Not the best shape. Got some pretty cool Dr. J cards. I'm assuming it's because he retired that year. I think 86 was his last year. Maybe this was his last year. I don't really recall. A little before my time. Finally got that ring with Moses Malone. How many Sixer teams choked before Moses Malone? It's the Philly way, guys, choking. I'm sure a lot of you enjoy because Philly fans are obnoxious. I was a very obnoxious Philly fan when I was younger. Kind of matured over time, but I do talk my stuff once in a while. And Iverson rookie card there. Stackhouse. Keith Van Horn. So I didn't buy these cards. They were thrown in somehow, some way, something. Maybe I did buy them, but I think I went on my way to buy them. They were like a big lot. Iverson autograph card, another one. Some decent cards in here. An Iverson card, limited to 100. I stopped really following basketball when he got traded from the Sixers. That really broke my heart. Huge Allen Iverson fan back in the day. I jumped back on the bandwagon when Iguodala started leading the team to the playoffs. Of course, he won the big one. Not with the Sixers, but with the Warriors. I think most Philly stars do. They leave and then come back. Let me take that back. They leave and win somewhere else. Some of them come back. Eric Lindros, my favorite hockey player. I stopped really paying attention to hockey when he left. This is 24, 25 years ago. Scott Stevens ended his Flyers career. That was a fun run. But ended ringless, like many fun runs in Philly sports. Hoping this Jalen Hurts run, Saquon Barkley run doesn't end ringless. He should do fairly well against the refs. I mean the Chiefs next week. Eric Lindros, he was amazing. Definitely underachieved. I guess because injuries. This is a funny card. Alexander Day ended up becoming a Flyer, but my cousin traded this card to me after he bought it. He bought the card because it was his rookie card. Alexander Day was number one pick. I guess it was 92 maybe, 93, 92. And got this rookie card and turned it over and it was autographed. Mind you, bought it not at an autograph price. This card did reach like $100, $125 in Beckett value back in the day. But of course, Alexander Day didn't really pan out. But might be worth $20 now for lucky. But it was just funny. The dealer, Brian Sports Card, had no idea it was autographed and sold it to my cousin as a regular card. eventually end up in my hands. So Flyers, Sixers. Let's see what we got here. Eagles, maybe. So there we go. Pat Burrell, some Philly stuff. My father was super excited for Pat Burrell. I mean, he was supposed to be the next big thing, number one pick we got for not signing J.D. Drew. Had some good years, but just wasn't the superstar we thought he would be. 37 home runs, I think his first or second full year in the league, and that was it. Did reach 300 home runs, which was cool. Won a World Series with the Phillies and left. Scott Rowland autograph. Maikel Franco was supposed to be the next big third baseman for the Phillies. I lit up on his rookie cards when he first came up. Had some solid years as a Philly, but did not live up to his hype. So we could throw him in the pile with Kyle Drabek and those guys. Fortunately, he's out of baseball now. Steve Carlton. Cole Hamels. Just hoping he would stay healthy enough to get to 3,000 strikeouts, him and Zach Greinke, and they just fell short. I know Greinke fell 21 strikeouts short. Hamels a few hundred short. It's unfortunate. Threw no hitter for the Phillies and got traded. Some more Pat Burrell cards. His autographed Pat Burrell card. It would be nice if we could reach the 500 home run mark. We did get to 300. If you know a female that lived in Philadelphia in the 2000s and she's 40 plus, there's a good chance Pat Burrell was with her at one point or another. He was the king of Philly. Fergie Jenkins rookie cards. Something I used to look for on eBay about 10-15 years ago. This card is a card I used to look for on eBay. It was pretty much undervalued pre-COVID. Steve Carlton, lefty. Greatest left-handed pitcher of all time until Randy Johnson came around. You have to give that to Randy Johnson. We used to call these cards glossy cards back in the day. It's actually a Tiffany, I guess is the real way to call it. But Mike Schmidt was the king of Philly for a very long time. He's my favorite ball player as a little boy. Ryan Howard since passed him out as my favorite. Because I didn't appreciate Schmidt enough, because I started liking baseball in 86. He retired in 89. So I didn't have him for that long, and I was so little, didn't really remember much. Ryan Howard was the man. Great career. Another one that fell a little bit short of a milestone. I was hoping he'd reach 400 home runs and didn't. Jimmy Rollins should be a Hall of Famer. Chase Utley looks like he might get it one day. I think Jimmy Rollins deserves it more than Chase Utley personally. That's just me. Another Scott Rowland autograph card. Roy Halladay. Dutch Dalton. Rest in peace, Dutch. If you know someone that was 60 years old, lived in Philly back in the 1990s, good chance Dutch ran into her. Actually, that's not true. Dutch, I don't think, had that reputation that Pat Burrell had, but the ladies loved Dutch back in the day. My mom had a crush on him. The dude, Lenny Dykstra, he was the man because of steroids. He's just out of his mind. He's my favorite player on that team back in the day. J.D. Drew rookie card in there, or it was. It's in the top loader now. Some of these cards, some of these sets have big names. I think Chase Utley's in this one. Other videos, I opened them up and went through them. I'm not going to do that now because this video is kind of dragging on. Let's see what we got here. More Kyle Drabek rookie cards. I loaded up on them. Oh man, you win some, you lose some, guys. Sports card collecting is basically legalized gambling. So I don't really need all these cards, guys, but they're in my Philly pile. I hold on to them for my daughter, my son. Maybe I'll get rid of my own now. I'm obviously going to hold on to the Iverson autographs and some of those big name autographs, but there's other stuff I don't really need. Vance Worley, the Vanimal. Thought he was going to be the next big thing in the Phillies rotation. Had a couple good years, and then that was it. And John Singleton, man. Phillies traded him. He was supposed to be the next Ryan Howard. Houston Astros. Had a good cup of coffee, signed for some money, and then couldn't stop smoking weed. And now weed's legal. I didn't know I had this. Aaron Nola Redding Phillies card. That's pretty cool. But yeah, John Singleton signed for a lot of money. Another Tiffany card. Look at that, Mike Maddox. Phillies always get the bad brothers. I shouldn't say bad. I mean, they're major leaguers, for God's sakes. But you know what I mean. Ryan Sandberg should have been a lifer Philly. Got fleeced. Dallas Green got fleeced them on that deal. But yeah, John Singleton was supposed to be the next big thing, and he kept getting busted for weed, and then that was it. Had a little comeback story a couple years ago, but or last season, the season before, but it lived up to his hype. And of course, I invested in his rookie cards. So anyway, Phillies traded him, traded Domingo Santana away. Jesse Biddle was a first rounder, local kid. And these are all rookie cards. Dominic Brown had an all-star half season and then became a dud. These are all guys the Phillies traded away. I thought would be good one day, so I loaded up on their cards when they were cheap. And they ended up being nothing. Nothing. Better than me, but nothing in the grand scheme of things. So, alright. So, this pushing 17 minutes on this video. I'm going to try to speed through this. Here are my Eagles cards. Philadelphia Eagles of yesterday. Not going to be anybody new here, because I haven't really collected anything in a long time. These are Phillies Eagles cards. Back in the day, I met Wes Hopkins at a card show. Sean McCoy autograph cards. So Charlie Garner was my favorite running back for a very long time. A very long time. He lasted like 3 years with the Eagles. But I bought his 49ers jersey when he got traded to the 49ers. Sean Jackson, Randall Cunningham. I didn't know I had that Randall card. Oh, snap. Was that Brandon Graham? I know I had Brandon Graham rookie card autograph. Look at that, huh? All right. BG coming back for the Super Bowl. Even though I had that card. All right. Brian Westbrook was the next running back I loved. Come to find out my wife knows his wife from Brooklyn. Actually was eating out in New York one day. I think Dave and Buster's, and he was sitting behind us. So yeah, OB West. He gave me a look like, what the F for you? Felt a little whack. But hey, whatever, it happens. So these are Eagle cards. Sean McCoy, Brian Westbrook, great running backs. Homegrown running back, Saquon Barkley, the next big thing. Not homegrown, but hey, we'll take him. Kind of homegrown. Grew up in Penn State, right? So I don't think Saquon's going to have the huge game he's had versus everybody else, but I think the Eagles could still beat the Chiefs. Almost beat them 2 years ago in the Super Bowl. Beat them last year, and this year they have a much better defense than those teams. Exact same offense, but throw in Saquon Barkley. And so we have a better team, man. But I've seen many great Philly teams on paper lose to lesser teams over the years. So I'm hoping this reversed those curses. Darren McNabb was a victim of many of those. Here we go. So now McNabb, I load up on his cards after the 2009 season, because I just knew they were going to win. Let me take that back. After the 2008 season, I just knew they were going to win it in 2009. That was a disaster of a year. The first year they didn't win a playoff game. And who they lose to? The damn Cowboys of all players, of all teams. And that was it. McNabb got traded that following Easter. And I bought all these cards during 2009, right after that 2008 NFC Championship loss that I attended in Arizona. I sat in the same end zone in which David Akers missed 4 points worth of kicks. Those 4 points would have led to a different result, I believe. They lost by 7, but totally different ball game. Akers makes those 4 kicks. Kevin Curtis dropped the 4th and 10 pass that hit him in the chest. He was shoved from behind. Should have been a flag. They did not get the call. But if they got the call, they still had to score a touchdown to win that game. Anyway, that was heartbreaking. Another Brandon Graham rookie card. I know I had all these. Mike Vick, Brian Westbrook, shame injuries. Messed him and Charlie Garner up. They were great running backs. Brian Westbrook needed a couple good years, man. He left Philly and didn't do anything. I really thought he would. These guys know how they ended up in there. I really thought Andy Reid should have brought him back for that Philly Dream Team. I mean, if they brought Charlie Garner back to back up LaShawn McCoy instead of that Ronnie Brown, I think they make the playoffs that year. Brian Westbrook should return kicks and punts that year. And Ben McCoy's backup. And I mean, you can't go back in time. There's no way of proving it, but I promise you they would have made the playoffs instead of just missing it. And the Giants would not have won the Super Bowl that year. Not saying the Dream Team Eagles would have, but the Giants definitely wouldn't have. But anyway, can't go back in time. The last 8 years kind of made up for all those collapses. Finally won a Super Bowl 2018, the year my daughter was born. Won back in 23, the year my son was born. I should have won that one, but they choked. Defense couldn't make a stop. Blew a 10-point halftime lead, but you know what? We're back in it this year. 1 week from today. See the rematch. Everyone thinks Kansas City's going to be helped by the refs. Get for the three-peat. But we'll see. So that's it, guys. Some more McNabb cards to wrap it up. Thank you for watching. There's the man. Oh, this one breaks my heart. I've been buying those on eBay pretty cheap. Randall Cunningham. Minnesota Viking cards. Eagles dumped Rodney Pete. Dumped Randall Cunningham for Rodney Pete. And Don McNabb for Kevin Cobb. Heartbreak Hotel for me. But yeah, these cards, this is painful to look at. But either way, Randall was the man. Injuries messed up his Hall of Fame career. Charlie Garner, Westbrook got injuries, messed up their Hall of Fame careers. Nabs choking NFC Championship games, messed up his Hall of Fame careers. But now we have Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, and number one defense. Hopefully they can get it done. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope this video entertained you, to say the least. And if you haven't done so already, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Plan on doing more videos like this in the future. Peace.